Today we will build our first API using Flask. In the previous video, we created /health, /courses and /inquiry endpoints using Fast API. Today we will recreate the /health and /courses endpoints using Flask. This will help us understand that framework may have different syntax, but the basic API concepts remain the same. A client sends a request to an endpoint, the backend processes the request, and then the backend returns a response. So let us open cursor now, and let's create a folder day 18 Flask API. Now let's create a Python virtual environment. So let us open terminal. Let's switch to the folder that we have created now, and let's now create the virtual environment. So I am writing this command in PowerShell. There are multiple options. So one is PowerShell, Git Bash, command prompt. These two will always be there, PowerShell and command prompt in Windows. Others like Ubuntu and Git Bash, Git needs to be downloaded. Similarly, Ubuntu WSL needs to be downloaded. So now our VNV has been installed. Now let us activate the VNV. So let's type /VNV tab /scripts /activate. Now our virtual environment has been activated. If you are using Git Bash, use source space VNV /scripts /activate. Now let's install Flask. So it is pip install Flask. So Flask applications can be created in a single Python file, which makes Flask easy to start with for small projects. Let us also create a new file named as app.py, and we want to create it inside the day 18 Flask API folder. And let us also add one more file .gitignore. And let us add VNV there. Before proceeding further, let us initialize the get. Actually, I had to initialize in the upper folder. So let me remove the get. I made the same mistake again. Okay, so these two files are there to be committed. Now let us add some code in the app.py. Let us understand this code. So first we import Flask from Flask import Flask comma JSON file. JSONify. Flask is used to create the application. JSONify converts Python dictionaries and lists into JSON responses that can be understood by browsers, front-end applications, and API clients. Flask can also automatically convert supported dictionaries and lists into JSON, but using JSONify makes our intention clear. Next, we create the application. App equals Flask and in parentheses double underscore name. The app variable represents our Flask application. The double underscore name value helps Flask understand where the application is located. Now let's understand our slash health endpoint. So this line app.get slash health tells Flask whenever someone sends a get request to slash health, run the function written immediately below it. The function returns a JSON response. A health endpoint is commonly used to check whether a backend application is running or not. Our second endpoint is courses. So inside this function, we create a Python list containing three course objects. Each course contains an ID, title, and duration. What we are returning this. The len function calculates the number of courses. Now let us run the server. So the command to do that is first we need to go inside the correct folder and then write Python app.py. So it is running at this URL. So let us open it in our browser. Here you can see that we are getting a valid response. Let us open slash health. Now finally open slash courses. So we are receiving the complete list of courses. Now let us try an invalid endpoint. Let's type slash students. So because we have not created a slash students endpoint, Flask will return a 404 not found response. This shows that server only responds to route that we have defined. Now let us compare Flask and FastAPI simply. Let me switch to cursor screen and let me create a file name called named as sketchpad. So let us compare the Flask and FastAPI endpoint. So in Flask, we write like this. While in FastAPI, we write like this. So what is the difference here? I think I copied. What is the difference here? The difference is we are not using JSONify in the fast API endpoint. Rest almost everything remains the same. Both endpoints perform the same basic task. The client sends a GET request to /health and the server returns JSON. The main difference is not the basic route. The difference becomes more visible when we create request bodies, validations, documentation, authentication, and larger application structures. So, Flask is lightweight and flexible, whereas Fast API is designed mainly for building APIs. Flask has a simple routing, and Fast API has simple routing with Python type names. Flask has validation is usually added manually, but Fast API has built-in validation through identity. And API documentation requires additional setup, whereas Fast API has automatic Swagger and redoc documentation. Flask supports APIs and server-rendered website, whereas Fast API primarily focuses on APIs. Flask is easy for small and flexible applications, and Fast API is convenient for typed modern API projects. So Fast API automatically generates interactive open API documentation, normally available at /docs and /redoc. Flask is more minimal. It gives developers the basic tools and allows them to choose additional libraries according to the needs of the project. So a simple analogy will be, think of Flask as an empty room. You receive the room and you decide what furniture and tools should be added. Fast API is like a room already prepared for API development. It gives you validation, type, integration, and API documentation from the beginning. This does not mean that one framework is always better. It means that they are suitable for different situations. Now, when should we use Flask? So Flask can be useful when you want a small and simple Python backend. Another case can be you want complete flexibility over the project structure. You are building both HTML and HTML pages and API endpoints. Then also Flask is better to use. And if you want to choose your own validation and database libraries, Flask is a better option. And when should you use Fast API? So your project is mainly an API. Then you should choose Fast API. You want automatic request validation. You want automatic interactive documentation. Or you want to use Python type hints throughout the application. So in these cases, you should use Fast API. So Fast API is built around standard Python type hints and automatically converts supported written values into JSON responses. Finally, let us discuss common beginner mistakes. First is naming the file as flash.py. Do not name your file as flash.py, it will conflict with the actual Flask package. Use app.py. Second mistake is forgetting to activate the virtual environment. Activate the environment before installing Flask by the command vnv/script/activate. Then forgetting to restart the server. We are using app.run debug equal true. Debug mode, so here it is. App.run debug equals true. Debug mode normally reloads the development server when the code changes. However, when something behaves unexpectedly, stop the server with Ctrl+C and start it again. Another mistake is using the wrong port. Our Flask application runs on port 5000. The earlier Fast API application may have run on port 8000. Fifth mistake is expecting automatic docs. So Fast API automatically provides /docs endpoint. A basic Flask project does not provide the same automatic API documentation unless we add another library or configure an open API solution. So finally, let's recap. Today we created a Flask application with two endpoints, get health and get courses. We learned that Flask uses route decorators to connect URLs with Python functions. We also compared Flask with FastAPI. Flask is lightweight and flexible. FastAPI provides more API-specific features by default, especially validation, integration, and automatic documentation. But the core API flow remains the same. That is, client sends request, backend route receives request, Python function processes it, and backend returns JSON response. So task for today is add another endpoint, and it should this gets /courses /featured at this endpoint, and it should return only one featured course. Then test it using in the browser.